So good morning again, everyone. My name is Melina Cunha, and I am a consultant to the SANDAG iCommute program. I want to thank you all for joining our webinar this morning. Before I go into the topic for today's webinar, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. So my favorite mode of transportation is biking, and I absolutely love to bike all around San Diego. Some of my favorite spots to ride are around Mission Bay, Balboa Park, and the Embarcadero to the Spanish Landing Trail downtown. I also bike to work, so if you ever need any tips for commuting by bike, just let me know. So onto the agenda. We will start with some information on the complimentary assistance provided to San Diego County employers and share why surveying your staff with a commuter survey is important, plus show you the valuable feedback you can learn about your employees. Next, I will share the steps for surveying, recommended survey timing, as well as a sample survey analysis report. Then Christian Florido will join us from Vertex Pharmaceuticals to share how surveying their staff at Vertex has been beneficial. I will also discuss how to earn Diamond Awards points for each survey and how employers can potentially earn additional Diamond Awards points depending on their mode share rate. So let's get started. The new year is a great time to start surveying your employees to gain valuable feedback about their commute needs, as many companies are practicing hybrid work models. iCommute offers two types of surveys. The first is the full commuter survey, which includes 15 customizable questions about employee commute preferences. iCommute recently updated the survey to include new questions about commuting by an electric vehicle or bicycle. The feedback from the survey will provide a comprehensive view of your staff's current commute patterns and what mode of alternative commuting they are willing to try. The other survey iCommute offers is the quick poll, which is 3 short questions about the staff's commute. The quick poll captures the staff's single occupancy vehicle rate, which tells us the percentage of your employees that are driving alone to work. Our goal is to help you reach an SOV rate of 80% or lower, which is the average for San Diego. Organizations have many different reasons for wanting to conduct a commuter survey of their employees, which varies depending on the industry and needs of their company. These are just a few of the reasons we have heard from companies on why they have surveyed. There are many benefits of surveying your employees. The first being that you can learn about current commute mode preferences of your staff. Surveying also allows employers to discover the alternative commute modes that employees are willing to try. iCommute offers many different programs. Administering surveys through iCommute will help indicate which iCommute services best fit your company. In addition to these benefits, surveying will allow an open line of communication between you and your employees. Surveying will help employees feel that their voice is being heard and that their opinion matters. Additionally, iCommute offers gift card prizes for a raffle as an incentive for employees to complete the survey. Now, moving on to how to launch your survey. There are 5 steps to launch an employee commuter survey at your organization. Step 1 is to get your survey ready. You can customize the survey questions with assistance from your iCommute representative. Step 2 is to get it approved. Once you customize your survey, you can share this with your team or management to get final approval. Step 3, prepare your logistics. When will it be distributed and how long will it be open? We recommend at least 2 weeks for the survey to be open, but this can be extended at any time in the survey process. To how many employees will it be distributed? Your iCommute representative will inform you about minimum responses required based on the distribution size, as well as the number of $25 gift cards we can offer as incentives. How will it be distributed? Email is the most common method of distribution, but we can also create a QR code poster for you to post around the building, print paper surveys for employees to fill out, or come to your office location to table during lunch or other event to encourage more responses. Step 4 is sending out your survey. You'll distribute the survey to your employees on week 1 and send a reminder to complete the survey on week 2. And finally, step 5, find out your results. Set a meeting with your iCommute representative 1 to 2 weeks after the survey closes to talk about the results and next steps. iCommute provides 15 detailed multiple choice survey questions. We design these questions to uncover the motives of commuters and see what they might be willing to try when it comes to commuting. These surveys help employers learn more about current commute habits and why they might drive alone, as well as pointing to which alternative mode of commuting they'd be willing to try. Based on those preferences, we tailor the iCommute program to your company's needs. For example, if a number of your employees specify an interest in trying out transit to take to work, we can provide assistance with our Try Transit program. Or if there is a high interest in carpooling, we can arrange a zip code party to organize your carpools. A great part of surveying is that in addition to the 15 questions iCommute asks, employers can customize and add questions, tailoring them to your organization. Some customized questions that employers have incorporated into their survey are commute time and distance, indicating your work site if you have multiple locations, and the impact that their commute has on job satisfaction. Now, moving on to the logistics and timing of launching the survey. This is an important step in the survey process because launching your survey at the wrong time could result in significantly less completions. So when are the most opportune times to survey your employees? The first is before or upon returning to the worksite. If your staff has been working remotely and has not yet returned to the office, you can take a proactive approach to learning about their interest in alternative commuting, as well as concerns they might have about commuting. This can help you to prepare commute solutions and promotions for your staff, including continuing or developing a hybrid work schedule. If you want to wait to survey your employees until they are back on site, this is another option. Once people go back to their commutes, there will be a stark contrast with driving versus not driving, and people may be open to alternative commutes that can help minimize stress. Next would be to integrate with the timing of an existing company survey. This will help minimize the number of surveys given to your employees, and therefore they will be more willing to take it. The third best time to survey your employees would be to capture this moment in time. For those who are unsure about work schedules or not in a rush to return on site and have an interim work from home policy, this would be a nice way to capture what it was like under this context and time. This may also help build the case for work from home options or establish a need for flexibility. In addition to the timing, how the survey is distributed and deployed to your staff is also important. It is always a good idea to use multiple distribution methods to make sure the entire staff has been presented with the opportunity to take the survey. And finally, your results. Pictured here are examples of graphs from the detailed analysis report you'll receive from the iCommute team after you have conducted your survey. The survey analysis report contains graphs and statistics that are representative of your employees' commutes. You'll gain insight into where your employees commute from, the reasons they commute that way, and what would encourage them not to drive alone. We can offer different suggestions for programs based on your survey results. For example, if there is high interest from respondents in commuting by transit, iCommute can provide a Try Transit presentation so those who are interested can learn how to buy monthly passes, use the regional Pronto card, and understand transit schedules. The Try Transit program offers a free month transit pass to eligible employees. Now, I'd like to welcome Christian Florido from Vertex Pharmaceuticals to to share the successes Vertex has had with conducting an iCommute commuter survey with their staff. Thank you for joining us today, Christian.
Hi, Melina. Thanks for having me. Yeah, first and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you to Melina and the entire SANDAG and iCommute staff for inviting me to be a part of this webinar and to share my testimonial on the commuter survey. So if you don't mind going to the next slide, please. If there is a next slide, it may not have been uploaded. There we go. Okay, so I guess where I wanted to start is by highlighting the commuter survey process. I know Melina already went through it in pretty good detail, kind of how the process of establishing a commuter survey goes, and I will say that it is very simple. It's highly customizable. Our commuter survey was designed to have about 12 questions, one of which was, do you want to be entered to win one of the very generous gift cards that iCommute provides employers to incentivize their staff. So I wanted to start by saying that yes, it is a very simple process. They do the majority of the work. It's virtually effortless, aside from creating the email that you send out, whether you take that on as an email blast to your site, you reach out to specific employees, specific employee committees. We were very fortunate to find some time to set up a social event on site where we had cookies available, and we intercepted people as they approached the cookie table and got a really high number of respondents that way. A big value that the commuter survey provides us is getting insight into our employee habits and our employees' desires, from a benefits perspective. I'm in health and safety, and although I don't make decisions around benefits and kind of the employee experience necessarily, this information we do provide to our HR business partners, and they review it and roll it up as appropriate for informing benefits decisions. And as was mentioned, it's very valuable in terms of retention and ensuring that employees feel supported and resourced beyond just their expectations for the work that they do. And so for us here at Vertex, we've always known that we have a pretty large cycling community. We're located here in the kind of North City, up in Torrey Pines. So we have this geographical hurdle that is the Torrey Pines Mesa, but a lot of our employees do take that as a challenge and find some the health benefits and the fun in cycling up the hill. And so because of that, we've invested quite a bit of resources into promoting the cycling program. So if I'm sure most of you are aware that there's a Bike to Work Day event annually. So Vertex is always, we always participate in co-hosting a pit stop with our property manager, Alexandria, up on Torrey Pines Road. We take advantage of the bike tune-up events that iCommute offers and helps us organize for our staff to be able to make sure that their bicycles are prepared for the commute in on that Bike to Work Day event. They help us host cycling 101 kind of safety workshops. So to entice and encourage maybe new cyclists, and kind of inform them on good decisions and good habits when it comes to cycling safely. Fortunately, we have secured bicycle storage here at our Vertex facility, which was designed as part of the new building construction when we moved in back in 2018. And then we also have on-site showers. This is definitely a perk. I know it's not readily available to all employers, but if there is the facilities in place to be able to support specific commuting habits, then it's obviously much easier to convince your staff to participate. And I also just kind of wanted to highlight a few other elements to our commuting program. We do have a very generous commuter reimbursement benefit. So it's $450 a month for our employees, which includes reimbursement for public transit. As I mentioned, bicycle resources, including bicycle maintenance and reimbursements for employees that need to get their bike tuned up, maybe at private cycle shops. It includes rideshare reimbursements, so Uber, Pull, and Lyft line. At one point, those are being reimbursed. I think currently Uber, Pull, and Lyft line might not be available to Uber and Lyft users just because of pandemic limitations, but that has historically been a very well utilized piece of our alternative commuting program. And then we offer free electric vehicle charging for our employees that do commute in by EVs. Although that may not necessarily have the greatest impact in terms of SOV, but it is a component of our sustainability program that we like to highlight because it does reduce greenhouse gas emissions and hopefully improve air quality overall. So kind of as I opened up with, it's a very simple survey. It's digital. We do the on-site event with iCommute every year to further encourage our employees to participate. They're very generous with the gift cards that again, incentivize staff to participate. And then for us, kind of as a corporate enterprise, we like the recognition. So it also helps us gain the coveted Diamond Awards points that, fortunately for Vertex, we get buy-in from upper management that corporate sustainability, corporate responsibility is a very important driver of success. And so this is one way that locally we can contribute to that initiative. And through our partnership with iCommute, it helps keep Vertex, as a leading business, both economically and sustainably. So just a few points that I wanted to make, and I just wanted to encourage everyone to participate as well and see how they can benefit from the survey at their institutions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that great information, Christian. We're really glad to hear that iCommute was able to help organize an efficient commuter program for Vertex through our survey. Now, moving on to Diamond Awards. So as Christian mentioned a little bit about, so the SANDAG iCommute Diamond Awards recognizes employers in the San Diego region who have made strides to promote alternative commute choices in the workplace. The program is based on a point system tied to elements of the employer's commute program, annual commuter events and activities, and shifts in employee transportation choices. In addition to attending iCommute webinars like this one, another way to earn Diamond Awards points are by administering a survey. Employers can earn a Diamond Awards point for every survey administered. If your company has reduced your single occupancy vehicle rate below 80% or reduced your SOV rate compared to your previous survey, then you get extra points towards Diamond Awards. There are 4 tiers to Diamond Awards: Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze. In order to graduate past the Bronze tier, you must survey your employees. Employers are encouraged to resurvey every 24 months, after which these ModeShare points expire. Due to the pandemic, we haven't required surveys, but now we'd like everyone to survey so that we can award employers appropriately for the work they are putting into the program. So secure your commuter survey today. There are spots available in February and March for assistants conducting the survey. Spots are limited, so you can email icommute@sandag.org or reach out to your iCommute representative to secure your spot and learn more about surveying your staff. Now we're going to open it up to questions. We're done a little bit early, but that's okay. So let me pull up the questions we have so far, and feel free to type any additional questions you have into that box on the right-hand side of your screen. So one question we received was, are the gift card incentives available if you do the quick poll? Yes, absolutely. It works the same way. So based on your employee size, we tell you how many gift cards we can offer you as incentives. So yes, you still get the gift card incentives for the quick poll as well as the commuter survey. And if there are no additional questions, that will conclude the webinar. So you can contact, oh, I'm sorry, there are a few more questions that just came in. Let me just grab those really fast. So one question is there just one gift card? How can I get more? I work for a big company. So the number of gift cards is based on your company size, so it's proportional. If you have a very large company, then you will get more gift cards as incentives compared to a smaller company. So yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. Another question is, excited that telework counts this year. What if we're not requiring employees back yet? So that's fine. So that goes back to when I talked about timing of the survey. So it's up to you whether you want to survey now to capture kind of that moment of time. One benefit to surveying now, since everyone is teleworking, is that your SOV rate will be very low. Or if you want to wait until people are coming back into the office, you can do that. But I do think it's still beneficial to survey now because you can kind of plan for when people start to come back in. Another question. I'm looking for a good TDM plan template. So great first step would just be to talk to one of us. You can contact me or the general iCommute email, and we can set up a meeting to talk through a plan for your company through the iCommute program. How long can the survey stay open, and how long do you recommend for it to stay open? So typically, we have the survey open for a 2-week period. This usually gives employees enough time to complete the survey, and we recommend sending a reminder email on week 2. That usually bumps up the number of responses. But if we find that halfway through the survey, maybe we don't have the responses that we're looking for, we can absolutely extend the time period. We've had surveys open for as long as a month. So it just really depends on your company and your and how long you want that survey to be open. Is there a minimum number of employees I need to get to take the survey? So we do recommend a minimum number of responses based on your company size, and this number is based on basically an error rate of 10% in order to get statistical significance. However, if we don't reach those responses. It's okay. We'll just, we can still use the results as kind of a general insight into how your employees are commuting. Here is a question for Christian. At Vertex, how does the commuter reimbursement work? Do employees have to submit receipts monthly for eligible expenses?
Yeah, so they actually have two ways of doing it. It can be through kind of manual submission, where they do have to collect their receipts and get reimbursed through a kind of enterprise platform that we use for reimbursements. Otherwise, employees can register through WageWorks, which is administrator of our commuter benefits program, and through that they can preload their expenses and then get reimbursed monthly. So we have two options here at Vertex.
Thanks. The next question, I'm just looking to see if any more for Vertex. I don't see any. So the next question is, if we don't survey now or soon, will we still be eligible for a Diamond Award? Yes. However, you can only, you can't make it past the bronze level, which is the lowest level of Diamond Awards. So you absolutely can still get a Diamond Award. You'll just be at that bronze level. Another question, how do you protect my employees' privacy? Does SANDAG see my employees' home addresses? No, we do not ask for home addresses. We ask for zip codes. So based on the zip code data plus your work address, that's how we create kind of a map of your employees' locations, as well as the data that we put into how your employees commute. So everything is totally anonymous, and we don't even ask for employees' home addresses. And one last question I see is, can you please elaborate on the recommendations iCommute makes? I want to make sure they are reasonable for my company. Just expanding the question to make sure that I got the whole thing. Okay. So there are a lot of different services that iCommute offers. And once we have the survey results, we put together that report and base those recommendations on your survey results. And we will also have a meeting with you to discuss those results. So there's, like I mentioned, there's the Tribe Transit program that we have. We also have a carpool zip code party where we can meet either virtually or in person to match people who are interested in carpooling but maybe don't know who to talk to or how to form one. We also have a van pool program, so we can help you meet with Commute by Enterprise or Green Commuter in order to help you form van pools for your company. So there are a lot of different things we can do depending on those results and what your company's needs are. Okay, a few more questions came in. Is it possible to gauge my employees' feelings toward commuting and COVID safety? Do you have a question like that on the survey? So we do include a question that's similar to that is asking reasons they might not want to commute alternatively, and one of the responses to that is that I don't feel safe doing it. But if you want something more specific toward COVID, we can absolutely add a question that kind of directly asks about people's concerns about it. So that's the great thing about the customization of our surveys is if there is something like that that you're concerned about, we can always add a question in. Will this webinar be available to listen to again at a later time? Yes, absolutely. We already recorded it and we will send it to all of the attendees, and it will also be posted to iCommute's website. Question, so this is for you, Christian. Does the monthly commuter benefit at Vertex roll over? For example, normally I only get a transit pass, which does not take up the whole amount, but the next month I need a transit pass and a big bike tune-up. Could I use the previous month's funds?
Yeah, so it does roll over month to month. I know that's specifically for funds that are put on a commuter card. The bike maintenance fund is a per month fund, so those don't actually roll over themselves. It's just a kind of month to month where you have a limit of how much the reimbursement for specific bike maintenance is, which is slightly different than the commuter card, which allows our employees to maximize up to $450 per month if they so choose.
Great, thank you. Is there a question about pre-tax benefits? I don't think my employees know what that is. We hardly have any employees signing up for it. Help. So we don't have a question specifically tailored to pre-tax benefits, but that is something that we can explain to your employees either through an email, or we can hold what's called a lunch and learn event at your location, either virtually or in person, to kind of talk through the different benefits that your company offers, as well as what iCommute offers. So there are a lot of different ways that we can kind of make that a more well-known benefit to your employees. It looks like that is it for questions, but please do not hesitate to email me if you have any additional questions, or if you want to start your survey next week. We are happy to do that. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's webinar. And thank you, Christian, for joining as well.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.